morning. Let's go on the record.
On the record.
This is the matter of the guardianship of Garrett Dosch, 99G020357A. I'm Judge Linda Marquis. Also joining us via Blue Jeans, I'm just going to start right down the list. Alyssa Hirji. Ms. Hirji, your appearance for the record.
Alyssa Hirji, bar number 13895 for Edith Raylene Dosch, who's also here appearing via Blue Jeans, or she should be here.
Ms. Hirji, I apologize, I mispronounced your first name. Also joining us is Ms. Dosch. Someone else with her. Ms. Dosch, who else is there joining you?
You want to know who you are?
Yes.
Ms. Dosch, who's there with you?
Now.
This is Colette Johnson.
Good morning,
I'm the
Ms. Johnson. Thank you so much, Ms. Johnson. Ms. Brickfield.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Elizabeth Brickfield, 6236. I am guardian ad litem for Garrett Dosch.
Mr. Berchtold.
Good morning, Your Honor. Jim Berchtold, Legal Aid Center of Southern Nevada, bar number 5874, here on behalf of Garrett Dosch.
Mr. Black is also joining us. Mr. Black, can you hear us all right?
You sound fine, Your Honor. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Coe, your appearance for the record.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Peter Coe, bar number 11938, on behalf of Travis and Melodie Dosch.
Thank you. Also joining us looks like our Nevada judges and Jonathan Nelson. Mr. Nelson, your appearance for the record. Hirji, is that just someone from your office observing, or is Mr. Nelson?
Yeah, it's Mr. Nelson. He's observing.
All right. And does he want to make an appearance today?
I don't. Let me go check. He's in the office next to me.
Here's Mr. Nelson. Mr. Nelson, your appearance for the record.
He did say he was going to make an appearance. I'm not sure if he did it already.
I can't hear him, Ms. Hirji.
Jonathan, we can't hear you.
Ms. Hirji, his bar number for the record.
1236.
Oh, there.
There you go. Technical issues averted.
All right. It looks like today it's going around. Everyone has had tech issues. I appreciate everybody's patience. Mr. Nelson, your appearance for the record again.
Yes, Your Honor. Second hearing with Attorney Hirji, Nevada Bar 12836.
Thank you so much. Also joining us is AVL5. Is there a person associated with that appearance? Does anyone have any ideas who that is?
That's just Colette Johnson. It's so that we have two audio.
Very good. Thank you so much. I understand now. I think that takes care of everybody that's joining us. This is a petition for approval of guardian ad litem's fees and costs. Counsel, let's start with any objections. Ms. Hirji, do you have any objections?
We do not have an objection to the rates that the court had ordered, nor do we have an objection to the accounting. We did have some concerns, however, regarding whether the duties of the guardian ad litem were completely met in terms of, to the best of my knowledge, the guardian ad litem has not actually met with the protected person in the ward.
All right. Any other concerns? Ms. Hirji?
The other concern was that we wanted to clarify what the objective plan was and if Ms. Brickfield was going to help facilitate visitation between the ward and his brother.
Okay, so let's deal with first the issue of fees. So your objection to the issue of fees is that the guardian ad litem did not fulfill the terms of the order by not meeting with the protected person. Is that right?
So I'd say in terms of the fees to be awarded, we don't object to that being awarded, but moving forward, we want to make sure that that she is doing what is supposed to happen.
Okay, so let me deal with the past fees first, and then we'll deal with future issues in a moment. Mr. Berchtold, do you have any objections to the request for fees?
No, Your Honor. Any concerns I've had, I've already discussed with Ms. Brickfield, and they have been resolved, so I have no objections to her submission.
Mr. Black?
No, my objections would only be what Ms. Hirji has already referenced, and that's the scope of the GAL role as defined 4 years ago by Judge Charles Thompson, and the fact that many of the objectives or the claims that were made by Travis Dosch at that time were not founded, and I question the need for the GAL moving forward.
Okay, so let's deal with the issue of fees first, and then we'll deal with the issue of role moving forward in a moment. Mr. Coe, do you have any objections to the request for fees?
No, Your Honor.
All right, and Mr. Nelson?
No, Your Honor.
All right, so it appears that there are no objections to the request for fees. The same then will be granted. Let's discuss the role of the guardian ad litem moving forward. This is not necessarily on the calendar. Ms. Brickfield, go ahead.
Yes, Your Honor. I do want to point out that I have met with Garrett Dosch individually and with his mother present and with Mr. Biederman present at the meeting. And that meeting lasted more than 2 hours. I have also met with Garrett Dosch separately when we were all in the cafeteria at in the Regional Justice Center. I have seen and spoken with Mr. Dosch at every hearing that he has attended. What I have not done is I have not traveled to Amargosa Valley because the hearings and the proceedings in this matter happen in Clark County. And of course, with COVID, nobody has been meeting in person with anybody. And I do want to also advise the court that Mr. Berchtold and I had a brief meeting with Garrett over as a Zoom meeting. So I just want to make it clear to the court, I have met with Garrett several times.
So there appears to be a concern about Ms. Brickfield's role moving forward. I would suggest that her role is defined in Guardianship Rule 8. And that rule is very specific and outlines all of her duties and is a good source of information. I think that prevails and represents a very detailed definition of a guardian ad litem's role in guardianship matters. Beyond that and beyond Rule 8, Ms. Hirji, what is your specific concern about what her role is moving forward?
So, as Mr. Black had mentioned as well, I don't necessarily think there is a need for a guardian ad litem at this point in the case. I understand there was concerns initially, and I feel like they've been addressed, and my client is doing the best she can to be candid with the court and submit her accountings in a timely manner. There's also an attorney for the ward as well. So in terms of the role of the guardian ad litem, I'm not sure if it's exactly necessary. And if the court does deem that it is continuing to be necessary, we would ask I understand that you referred to that statute, the Rule 8 of the NRS, but we'd say
Supreme Court guardianship rule.
yes, the guardian ad litem for protected person or protected person, that one?
It's Supreme Court Rule 8, defining the role of guardian ad litem. So what I'm hearing you say is that you're concerned that there is no longer a need for a guardian ad litem.
Correct.
Is that correct, Ms. Hirji?
Yes, that is correct.
All right. It is I don't think it's appropriate to have Ms. Brickfield argue about whether or not her role is appropriate or has value. However, I'll let her, certainly. But Mr. Berchtold, Mr. Coe, Mr. Black, let's start with Mr. Berchtold. Mr. Berchtold?
Thank you, Your Honor. I apologize. I wasn't aware that we were addressing this today. So I was trying to look at the order actually initially appointing Ms. Brickfield, and I haven't been able to pull it up. I think there was a purpose for the appointment of a guardian ad litem in the first instance. And I honestly don't remember, it's been so long ago, I honestly don't remember exactly what that issue was. I mean, typically, the guardian ad litem is appointed to address a particular issue. And it is not just a continuing fixture in the case. So I do agree that at some point it may make sense for Ms. Brickfield to no longer be involved in the case. Plus, at the rate she's billing, I'm sure she has better things to do. But I don't know exactly. I would have to go back and look at that order and see what the purpose of the appointment was in the first place and whether that purpose has been fulfilled. Ultimately, it's the court's decision, obviously, whether the GAL is necessary.
Sorry to interrupt you, but I did want to tell you what the order was
So,
on
hold on a
12.
second. Ms. Hirji, so 1 second. This is not part of the petition for today, so it's unlikely today that I'm going to make a decision on this issue. And I'm happy for you to file a petition anytime, but it's not fair to Mr. Berchtold and Mr. Coe and Mr. Black and me to go back and I don't necessarily want you to read me the order. I need to look at it and digest it, look at the statute 455 and the rule, and then make a determination when there is a request. But I'll hear you out today. Mr. Black, you have a position?
Yes, I do, Your Honor. It's the same topic that you've just addressed, so we can wait and move forward at your leisure.
Okay, and I'm happy for you to, I just want to summarize so that everybody knows kind of what everyone's position is in anticipation of this petition. But Mr. Black, I guess to summarize what Ms. Hirji said again, was that the scope of the guardian ad litem's work has been completed and her presence is no longer necessary?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay.
The original, this guardian ad litem was appointed over 4 years ago. The appointment was made because there were accusations by Travis Dosch that his mother was profiteering from his brother, that she was stealing from his brother, that she was neglecting his brother, and that she was isolating him completely from contact with the outside world. Miss Brickfield, I'm sorry, Your Honor.
That's okay.
Has been unable to verify in any of those accusations and arguments. And in fact, they've been patently disproved. She has also created other issues that cost Garrett over $20,000 directly because she has picked up where Travis Dosch failed in his accusations. So my question is the guardian ad litem serving to protect and provide the best welfare of the ward, or are we finding opportunities to discredit the guardian and cost the ward money, trauma, and just general frustration?
Mr. Coe?
Your Honor, I'm not prepared to address the GAL issue. I was just covering for Derek Goldsmith the approval of the fees for the GAL. I haven't really worked on this case, so I don't.
Mr. Coe, I understand, and certainly that's why I'm not going to make a determination in this case. So I'm happy for anybody to file a petition regarding the ongoing role of the guardian ad litem. That'll be set for hearing, and at that point, Mr. Coe and his office either file an objection or state an objection. Everybody will be prepared for the hearing. Ms. Brickfield, I'm not requiring you to make any statements today, but if you'd like to make a statement, you're certainly permit you to do so.
Thank you, Your Honor. And again, I appreciate your saying that it will be subject to the petition. I expect that at the court's direction, I will be responding to that petition. Is that how you suggest we go forward?
Counsel, that's up to you.
Okay.
If you want to respond or not. I hate to, your role
Sure.
as the guardian ad litem is defined as making arguments and advocating for the protected person's best interest. And
That's
so
right.
I don't want to put you in a difficult spot of feeling as though you have to respond. Ultimately, it's my determination under the statute. So I'll allow you to respond. I'll allow you to file any other document. But as Mr. Berchtold indicated, your hourly rate might require, in this case, require that you work on other cases. And I don't want to put you in an awkward position or limit you in any way. So I'm happy for you to respond or not respond, or file something or not. That's up to you, Ms. Brickfield.
Sure. But I do want to point out that I think Mr. Black has both misrepresented what my role has been, what my role continues to be, and the benefits that I have brought to Garrett. And although Mr. Black wants to say that this has cost the guardianship money, in point of fact, the medical and psychological evaluations that were done at the court's order have demonstrated to the court exactly what Garrett's position is, what his physical and medical and mental abilities are at this point. We have made sure that he's got communication going, and I remind the court of the court's frustration that we are now at 4 accountings, and yet to receive an accounting that has an accurate understanding of how Garrett's funds are being spent, how they're being used for his benefit, and what is going on with those funds. So I will respond in writing because I think it's important to do that. I just simply want to say for the record is that I do not agree with Mr. Black's characterization of where things have been and what my role has been and what I have hoped to do for Garrett's benefit. All of us want Mrs. Dosch to succeed in her role as guardian, but all of us want her to succeed in accordance with the statute and in accordance with Garrett's best interest. And I will hope that is what I've been working towards at the court's appointment, at the court's request, and working with counsel and Mrs. Dosch.
Thank you, everyone. I'll sign off on the order approving the fees relative to the petition that's on for today.
Thank you.
And look forward to other petitions and hearings. Please, thank you, everybody, for being
Thank
here
you.
today. Have a great
Thank
day.
you, Your Honor.
Bye.
Your Honor.